Sound check.
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I can hear you. Now let's wait for our 20-second delay here and see what comes through. Good evening and welcome to Williamsburg Raider Basketball on the Williamsburg YouTube channel, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Thank you for taking some time for Williamsburg Raider Basketball on this Valentine's Day. Joining me on the broadcast tonight are my triplets, Tasha, Trevor, and Tyler, who are back in Ames starting their second semester at Iowa State, and Zayden Lannert here at the rack. Taking stats, tonight the Raiders are hosting the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes in the first round of state playoffs. The Raiders are the 1 seed in Region 5, hosting the 8 seed Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes. The 2-7 matchup is the Tipton Tigers versus the South Tama Trojans of the WMAC. The 3-6 matchup is the Washington Demons, who the Raiders just played last week, in the Fairfield Trojans. And the 4-5 matchup is the Roland Story Norsemen versus the Iowa Falls Alden Cadets. The winner of this game will play the winner of that Roland Story Iowa Falls Alden game on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Since the Raiders just ended the regular season, I like to go through what will be my picks for all conference teams. And again, I emphasize these are my picks. The coaches will come out with the actual selections later on. But what I like to take a look at is the production that a player does on the court. To measure this, I look at efficiency rating, which adds all the positive things a player does on the floor, adding together points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals, and then subtracts the negatives in missed shots, missed free throws, and turnovers. For the WMAC East Division, my Farm Bureau Player of the Year is Savannah Wright, the sophomore from Mount Vernon. Savannah Wright was on the first team last season as a freshman. Wright improved her production from 14.9 last year to 17 this season. An increase of over 44 points of extra positive production. Ranks 4th in the WMAC in scoring, averaging 17.3 points per game, by ranking 3rd in field goals made, 2nd in field goals attempted, 2nd in three-pointers made, and three-pointers attempted behind Avery Lauer, ranking 5th in three-point percentage, shooting 39% from distance, 4th in effective field goal percentage, 10th in defensive rebounding, and 6th in steals. Following Wright on the first team for the WMAC East, I have Courtney Frank, teammate from Mount Vernon. Frank was on the second team as a junior. Courtney Frank is a great example of how you can impact a basketball game without scoring. Courtney Frank only averaged 3.9 points per game, which ranks 47th in the WMAC. So how does she get on my first team? She ranks 9th in offensive rebounding, 1st in defensive rebounding, 3rd in total rebounding, 1st in assist to turnover ratio. The WMAC average in assist to turnover ratio is 0.61, and Courtney Frank, 1st in assist to turnover ratio at 3.24. And 1st in steals at 4.4 steals per game. So there's lots of production that you can do, lots of positive things you can do on the floor to help your team win games, which is what the Mount Vernon Mustangs did, going undefeated in the WMAC this season. Next on my first team for the WMAC East is Tenley Levine from Solon. I expected Tenley Levine to be good as a freshman, but I didn't think that anyone thought she'd be the 5th best overall player in the WMAC, 3rd best in the WMAC East. Levine ranked 2nd in scoring, averaging 18.2 points per game behind Avery Lauer, by ranking 4th in field goals made, 4th in field goals attempted, leading the WMAC in free throws made and free throws attempted, ranking 6th in free throw percentage, shooting 71% from the charity stripe, leading the WMAC in defensive rebounding, 4th in total rebounding, and 7th in blocks. Joining Levine on the first team from Solon is Delaney Durr. Durr was on the second team last season as a junior. Delaney Durr ranked 5th in the WMAC in scoring, averaging 15.6 points per game, by ranking 5th in field goals made, 7th in field goals attempted, 5th in three-pointers made, 6th in three-pointers attempted, ranking 10th in three-point percentage, shooting 34% from distance, ranking 6th in free throws made and 10th in free throws attempted. Durr also ranks 5th in assists and 8th in steals. Also on the first team from Center Point Urbana, I have Adeline Steen. Steen was on the WMAC recognition team as a freshman. Steen almost doubled her production from last season, from a 7.9 to a 13.5 this season. Steen ranks 10th in field goals made, leading the WMAC in offensive rebounding at 3.7, 8th in defensive rebounding, and 6th in total rebounding. Also on my first team for the WMAC East, I have a junior, Harlow Griffin from Marion. Harlow Griffin was on the second team last season. This year, Griffin ranked 6th in field goals made, 9th in field goals attempted, 6th in defensive rebounding, and 7th in total rebounding for the Wolves. And rounding out my first team for the WMAC East is Devin Ludwig, the junior from Independence. Ludwig was on the WMAC recognition team last year. This season, Ludwig ranks 4th in field goal percentage, shooting 49% from the field, 4th in effective field goal percentage, 3rd in free throw percentage, shooting 74% from the charity stripe, ranking 9th in free throws made, and ranks 8th in assists. My second team for the WMAC East, heading the second team from Center Point Urbana, I have Grace Essling, the junior. Essling ranks 8th in the scoring in the WMAC, averaging 13.4 points per game, by ranking 3rd in free throws made and free throws attempted, ranking 10th in free throw percentage, shooting 68% from the charity stripe, and ranking 9th in assists. Also on the second team, I have Taylor Frank, the senior from Mount Vernon, who was on the second team last season as well. This season, Frank ranks 9th in scoring, averaging 12.7 points per game, by ranking 4th in three-point percentage, shooting 39% from distance, 9th in free throws made, 7th in free throws attempted, 10th in assists, and 10th in steals. Also on the second team from Independence, I have freshman Kirsten DeBakhorst. Kirsten DeBakhorst had a season that would normally be good enough to be a freshman of the year, but not with Henley Levine's season. Kirsten DeBakhorst ranks 5th in field goal percentage, shooting 47% from the field, 8th in effective field goal percentage at 51%. Kirsten DeBakhorst ranks 8th in free throws made, 5th in free throws attempted, and 7th in steals. Also on the second team from Independence is Libby Pruss. Libby Pruss was on the WMAC recognition team last season as a freshman. Pruss more than doubled her production from last season, from 4 to 8.9, increasing her scoring from 10.5 to 14.9, ranking 6th. Pruss ranks 5th in field goals attempted, 6th in three-pointers made, 4th in three-pointers attempted, 2nd in free throws made and free throws attempted, ranking 5th in free throw percentage, shooting 73% from the charity stripe. Also on the second team from Solon, I have Jersey Haluska. Haluska was on the WMAC recognition team last season. I also have McKenna DeBakhorst from Independence, the junior, who ranked 8th in offensive rebounding. And rounding out my second team from Mount Vernon is Quinn Pershing, the sophomore, who ranked 3rd in three-pointers made, 5th in three-pointers attempted, ranking 2nd in three-point percentage behind Avery Lauer from Clear Creek, Amana, shooting a 42% from distance for an effective field goal percentage of 55%, which again was 2nd behind Avery Lauer. So breaking down the teams, Mount Vernon had 4, Independence had 4, Solon had 3, Center Point Urbana 2, and Marion 1. And as you look at the classes for my selections, again, these are just my selections, not from the coaches, not the official selections whatsoever. The WMAC East breakdown, there's only 3 seniors, with the 2 Franks, Courtney and Taylor Frank from Mount Vernon, Delaney Durr from Solon. So the WMAC East, which was incredibly difficult this season, with everybody except one team, Marion, having at least a 500 or better record on the season in WMAC play and for the season. We have 5 juniors returning, 4 sophomores, and 2 freshmen from my first and second team selections. For the WMAC West, for my WMAC West Farm Bureau Player of the Year, no-brainer, Avery Lauer, the senior from Clear Creek, Amana. Avery Lauer was my Ullman's Furniture Bench Player of the Year as a freshman with an efficiency rating of 11.4, increasing by 8.8 to a 20.2 as a sophomore, winning my WMAC West Player of the Year, then to a 27.5 as a junior for back-to-back WMAC West Players of the Year, making a three-peat for Lauer, the daughter of 1997 Williamsburg grad Nathan Lauer, posting an efficiency rating of 31.1. Last season's 27.5 efficiency rating equals 578 positive points of production, points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals after you subtract out missed field goals, missed free throws, and turnovers. Now 31.1 efficiency rating equals 653 positive points of production, 75 more points, rebounds, assists, and blocks and steals than last season. Lauer led the WMAC in scoring, averaging 23.5 points per game, leading in the field goals made, three-pointers made, three-pointers attempted, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and effective field goal percentage. Lauer's a 3-level scorer, attacking the basket, shooting the 3, and also getting to the free throw line, ranking 5th in free throws made, 9th in free throws attempted, and 1st in free throw percentage. Lauer not just a scorer, she ranked 2nd in offensive rebounding, 4th in defensive rebounding, and led the WMAC in total rebounding. Lauer also ranked 3rd in assists, 3rd in assist to turnover ratio, 5th in blocks, and 4th in steals. Avery Lauer was top 10 in every statistical category. How productive was Lauer with her 31.1 efficiency rating? That's 11.2 points higher than the second best player in the WMAC. 235 more positive points of production than the second best player in the WMAC. Just amazing. And that second best player, also from Clear Creek, Amana, is senior Lena Evans. Lena Evans was a first-team selection last season as well, more than doubling her production from her sophomore to junior seasons, with an efficiency rating of 7.3 to 16.6, improving that to a 19.9 this season. 69 extra points of positive production from last year. Evans ranks third in scoring, averaging 17.9 points per game by leading the WMAC in field goals attempted, second in field goals made behind teammate Avery Lauer, seventh in free throws made, fourth in free throw percentage, fifth in offensive rebounding, eighth in total rebounding, second in assists behind Courtney Frank from Mount Vernon, eighth in blocks, and second in steals behind Courtney Frank. Third best player in the WMAC West, Zoe Allen from Williamsburg. The senior was on the first team last season. Zoe Allen ranks 8th in the WMAC in field goals made, second in field goal percentage, shooting 49% from the field behind Avery Lauer, ninth in free throw percentage at 68%, and ninth in offensive rebounding. Zoe Allen just passed the 1,000-point barrier in the last home game against Washington, now up to 1,012 points, the fifth all-time 1,000-point scorer in Williamsburg girls basketball history. The leading scorer in history is Paige Greiner at 1,351, followed by Carly Rich at 1,199, Mackenzie Bigby at 1,105 points, and Mackenzie Westcott at 1,094. So that's the next one on Zoe Allen's site is Mackenzie Westcott at 1,094. We'll see how many games the Raiders get here in the playoffs. 3 games. Make it to state, a fourth game. Could have Mackenzie Westcott there in her sights potentially. Fourth best player in the WMAC West on my first team is Channing Becker from Williamsburg. Channing Becker ranks 10th in field goal percentage, shooting 44% from the field, 6th in three-point percentage, shooting 38% from distance, to rank 5th in effective field goal percentage at 54%, and 5th in steals. Fifth best player in the WMAC West, also from Williamsburg, Kylie Sewer. Sewer ranks 6th in field goal percentage, shooting a 46% from the field, 4th in offensive rebounding, and 9th in blocks. Sixth best player on my first team for the WMAC West is Aiden Goslink, who was on the first team last year. Aiden ranks 7th in defensive rebounding, 10th in total rebounding, and 4th in blocks. Rounding out my first team all WMAC West conference team is Ava Hooker. Hooker was on the first team last season. Ava ranks 3rd in offensive rebounding, 5th in assist, and 6th in blocks. Heading off my second team for the WMAC West all-conference selection is junior Grace Fish from these Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes that we're going to see tonight. Grace Fish was on the second team last season as a sophomore. This season, Grace ranks 3rd in field goal percentage, shooting 49% from the field, ranks 6th in offensive rebounding, 3rd in defensive rebounding, and 2nd in total rebounding behind Avery Lauer, and leads the WMAC in blocks with 47, averaging 2.2 blocks per game. Also on my second team, I have Aubrey Kelly, the senior from Benton. Aubrey Kelly was on the first team last season. This year, Aubrey ranks 7th in scoring, averaging a 14.2 points per game by ranking 7th in field goals made, 6th in field goals attempted, 3rd in three-pointers attempted, 4th in free throws made, 4th in free throws attempted, ranking 8th in free throw percentage, shooting 68% from the charity stripe. Also on my second team for the WMAC West is Kennedy Stratton from Clear Creek, Nevada, with the senior who was on the second team last season. This year, Kennedy ranks 8th in field goal percentage, shooting a 46% from the field, and 3rd in three-point percentage, shooting 39% from distance, and ranks 3rd in effective field goal percentage, shooting 55% overall, and 4th in assists. Also on my second team for the WMAC West, Isabel Kenkel, the senior from Grinnell. Kenkel was on the second team last season. This year, Isabel ranked 7th in offensive rebounding, 5th in defensive rebounding, to rank 5th in total rebounds, and ranks 3rd in blocks. Also on my second team for the WMAC West, I have Taylor Sanchez from Williamsburg. Taylor Sanchez ranks 8th in three-pointers made, 10th in three-pointers attempted, and 8th in three-point percentage, shooting a 36% from distance for an effective field goal percentage of 51.5%, which ranks 7th. Also on my second team, I have the freshman from Clear Creek, Amanda, Lydia Keller. And rounding out my second team is Kennedy Skaggs, the senior from Williamsburg. Kennedy Skaggs was on the second team last season as well. This year, Skaggs ranks 10th in three-pointers made at 1.7, 8th in three-point percentage, shooting 35% from distance. So of the 14 selections for my WMAC West All-Conference selections, 9 of them come from Williamsburg and Clear Creek, Amana. Again, that's not anything Homer announcer making these selections, just looking at the production on the court. Totally neutral in regards to that, which that matches up with the standings, with Clear Creek, Amana winning the WMAC West and the Raiders right behind. Grinnell has 2 selections, Benton 1 and Vinton-Shellsburg 1. South Tama shut out in my selections for the first and second team, but the next best player on my rankings is Diane Kiana, with 4 of the next 5 players being from South Tama. So the Trojans were right there. Looking at the class breakdown, very different than the WMAC East, where most of those players are returning. For the WMAC West, we have 7 seniors out of the 14 selections, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. The Ullman's Furniture Bench Player of the Year. Whether you're looking for a bench or furnishing a large home or efficiency condo, you're sure to find something to fit your need at Ullman's Furniture. Is a sophomore Kylie Sewer from Williamsburg, posting a 10.6 efficiency rating. Sewer winning the Ullman's Furniture Bench Player of the Game for 21 of the 22 games. Tenley Sanchez winning the one for the final game of the season at Independence. The Freshman of the Year is Tenley Levine from Solon, being the 5th best player overall in the WMAC. So let's send it down to PA announcer Nathan King for the starting lineup, sponsored by the Sundown. If you're looking for starters, a main course, or good beverages, stop on down to the Sundown. No matter when you'll visit, you'll enjoy great food and great company. Visit the Sundown Bar and Grill today to see what all the hype is about.
Good evening and welcome to the Warehouse on Walnut and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Class 3A Regional Quarterfinal Basketball. The Athletic Department and Administration of Williamsburg High School wants you to enjoy the efforts of the student athletes this evening. We welcome the players, coaches, students, and fans of the Vikings from Vinton-Shellsburg. Athletic events can be the best environment we can find for all students and adults. Please do your part by exhibiting the qualities of good sportsmanship, trade policy for your team, respecting the decisions of the game officials, and by recognizing the efforts of the opponent. Let's meet your starting lineups. For the Vikings, a freshman, number 3, Taylor Bridgewater. And for the Raiders, a 5'3" sophomore, number 5, Shannon Becker. For the Vikings, a senior, number 11, Grace Fish. And for the Raiders, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Zoe Allen. For the Wildcats, a sophomore, number 20, Chloe Graham. And for the Raiders, a 5'10" junior, number 12, Ava Hooker. For the Wildcats, a senior, number 33, Lily Griffith. And for the Raiders, a 5'7" junior, number 14, Taylor Sanchez. And for the Vikings, a sophomore, number 44, Aiden Noswich. And for the Raiders, a 5'10" senior, number 24, Kenny Skaggs. Vinton-Shellsburg is coached by Adam Fish, assisted by Justin Noswich. The Raiders are coached by Stephanie Dacey, assisted by Brett Kojichek, Aaron Davis, and Adam Sanchez. Athletic training services are provided by Compass Memorial Hospital and athletic trainer Rihanna Freiberger. Please welcome game officials for tonight, Adam Waldenbach, Amy Kane, and Brandon Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen move your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Let's take a look at the uniforms for the teams tonight, sponsored by Elite Sports. If you want your team to look its best, Elite Sports is a custom screen printing and embroidery company that's working with over 150 high schools and colleges in Iowa. They focus on athletics but print for any business or occasion. Screen printing, embroidery, awards, and trophies, and custom artwork. At Elite Sports, their team of skilled in-house artists are available to assist with all of your needs. So the Raiders coming out in the home whites with Berg on the front, outlined in black. Red numbers outlined in black, and the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes in the road black uniforms with the gold Vikettes on the front, gold numbers, and the Raiders winning the opening tip. Center pointer Vinton-Shellsburg coming out in a 2-3 zone, shooting right over top of that zone, Taylor Sanchez. Taylor Sanchez ranks 9th in the conference in three-pointers made, 8th in three-point percentage. Hits the first one there. Raiders 16-10 all time against Vinton-Shellsburg, with the Raiders on a 6-game winning streak, winning 8 of the last 11. Raiders coming out in their typical man-to-man defense. Reach-in foul on Taylor Sanchez. So the Raiders defeated the Vikettes earlier this year in Vinton on Friday, January 16th, 56-15. Loose ball, going to get a jump. That's going to keep it with the Vikettes. Nosbich able to get it into Taylor Bridgewater, getting the start here tonight. That's her 4th start on the season. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Nosbich from the corner. No. Rebound tipped around. Falls right in the lap of Chloe Graham, and she puts it back in. Nice pass by Zoe Allen, but poked away from Ava Hooker. Skaggs inbounds to Zoe Allen. Can't get that one to go. Rebound pulled down by Lily Griffith. Griffith 3rd overall in the conference in defensive rebounding. Stolen away by Sanchez. She'll take it coast to coast. That rims off no. And off Skaggs, out of bounds. That'll go to Vinton-Shellsburg. Gets able to break that Raider 1-2-2 full court pressure. The Raiders have been forcing opponents to turn the ball over. Now lead the WMAC in the turnover rate. Going to get the foul on Skaggs. Raiders forcing their opponents to turn the ball over on 35% of their possessions on the season, forcing a 20.5 turnovers. That's the second highest number of turnovers forced by any team in the WMAC. Leading, of course, is Clear Creek Amana. So the Capper 4 key of the game that goes the Vikettes' way is the free throw line. Raiders 5th best in the conference. They're getting to the free throw line, getting to the charity stripe at a 30.1 rate, averaging 15.2 free throws attempted, shooting 46%, making 9.7. Zoe Allen ranks 9th in the WMAC in free throw percentage, shooting 68%. Kylie Sewer, Ava Hooker, and Taylor Sanchez are also averaging more than 2 free throws attempted for the Raiders. Vinton-Shellsburg ranks 3rd at getting to the free throw line, getting the free throw line at a 36.3 rate. Ava Sherm 6th in free throws attempted, averaging 4.2. Grace Fitch also averaging more than 2. Taylor Bridgewater, who we just saw there at the free throw line, and Aiden Nosbish also have above average free throw rates for the Vikettes. Traveling violation. So in the 2 matchups between the Raiders and the Vikettes on the season, the Raiders have forced Vinton-Shellsburg to turn the ball over 33.5 times, turn the ball over on 59% of their possessions, as hitting that mid-range free throw line jumper, Zoe Allen. That's how you become a 1,000-point scorer. Jump ball, that's going to be a turnover on Vinton-Shellsburg, with the Raiders getting that alternate possession. Zane, you see who tied up to force that jump ball there?
Yep.
Who do you have?
I have
Forcing that.
Zoe Allen.
Zoe Allen gets the steal on that then, forcing that jump ball. Kennedy Skaggs for 3. Rebound pulled down by Fish. Quickly up the floor to Grimm. On the drive, Bridgewater. Bridgewater looking for the follow, blocked away by Sanchez. Becker, nice pass by Ava Hooker to a cutting Zoe Allen. So Ava Hooker with the assist. She ranks 6th in the conference at 3 assists per game. Channing Becker with the hockey assist there. Unfortunately, that doesn't count in basketball. Becker averaging a 2.3 assists per game, which ranks 11th. Doesn't get the rebound, the shot to fall there after the steal, but she'll head to the free throw line. So Vinton-Shellsburg gets to the free throw line at a higher rate than the Raiders, and the Raiders also send their opponents to the free throw line at a higher rate than the Vikettes. The Raiders rank 9th at sending their opponents to the free throw line, sending their opponents to the charity stripe at a 34.3 free throw rate, allowing a 13.5 free throws. With the Raiders being a bit unlucky with their opponent shooting 67% from the charity stripe. WMAC average is 59%. Becker gets both of those to go. Out of bounds, they'll stay with Vinton-Shellsburg. Stolen away by Ava Hooker. Channing Becker will step back, take, and hit the 3. Channing Becker ranking 9th in the conference. 7th in the conference in a three-point percentage, shooting 38%. Making 1.4 threes on 3.6 attempts. And that gives the Raiders the 10-point lead. So in the first meeting on January 16th, the Raiders led 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, 33-2 at halftime. Raiders extended their lead to 41 to 53-12 at the end of 3. Both teams scored 3 points in the fourth quarter for the 56-15 final back on Friday, January 16th. For the Raiders, the Farm Bureau star player of the game. If you're looking for a star to help you navigate through the difficulties of life, give Farm Bureau agent Jared Klosterber a call. Learn how he can make it easy to protect the things that are most important to you. Your home, family, farm, and future with sophomore Kylie Sewer with 8 points, going 4 for 7, a team-high 8 rebounds, 5 of them coming off the offensive glass, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Sewer has 6 Farm Bureau Players of the Game on the season. That's what makes the Raiders so difficult and a potential state team again this year. Allen had 6, Hooker had 6, Sewer with 6, Skaggs, Sanchez, and Becker all with 2. So you try to take away one of the Raiders, that just opens up one of the others to step up. Sewer was also the Farm Bureau, or the Ullman's Furniture bench player of the game in that game, and she was the bench player of the game in every game this season, except for the final game where Tenley Sanchez, who tied with Sewer earlier in the season, so Sanchez had 2 Ullman's Furniture bench players of the game. Another tie up. This one then stays with Vinton-Shellsburg. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Raiders had the trap in the corner, unable to get to the ball before it crossed the midcourt stripe. So the Raiders have Tenley Sanchez and Kylie Sewer here in the game. A 1-2-2 zone this trip down the floor for Vinton-Shellsburg. Raiders do a good job of getting that into the middle of the zone and then kicking it out for the shot. Rebound pulled down by Grace Fish. Even off the miss, the Raiders put on their full court pressure, 1-2-2 full court pressure, and get the 10-second violation. That counts as a team turnover on Vinton-Shellsburg. So that's already the 6th turnover forced by the Raiders. Kick it out, Skaggs, left corner, her 3 is good. Skaggs had a great shooting night in the Raiders' 3-point loss at number 1, Clear Creek Amana, going a 6 for 7 from the field. Steal, foul, going to the line again will be Channing Becker. This will match Becker's high from the charity stripe. Made to 4 trips to the free throw line, and the Raiders win against Marion. And that sets a new season high in free throws made. Now a perfect 3 for 3 on the night. Previous high was 2 on 5 different occasions. In the last 7 games, Becker shooting a 54% from the field, 45% from three-point range. That's an effective field goal percentage of 63%. Stolen away by Sanchez. Long pass up court. A couple players collide together. And rebound pulled down by Aaliyah Lutz into the game for the first time for the Vikettes. And losing out of bounds to the Raiders. That's the 8th turnover now on Vinton-Shellsburg. One, 2-2 zone. Allen kicks it out. Becker 3 from the right-hand corner is good. The second 3 made by Becker. And a foul on Kylie Sewer. Sewer ranks 14th in the conference in committing fouls, averaging 2.5 fouls per game. And gets the steal right there. Sewer, and a harm from Lily Griffith. She'll go to the free throw line for 1 more. Seward didn't get much to the free throw line much early in the season. Last 8 games, 27 for 39, 69% from the charity stripe, having almost 5 free throws per game. The last 9 games, averaging over 3 steals as well, 12 points per game. Now, before the basket goes for Hayden Phippen, they're going to call the foul. Foul on Taylor Sanchez. That's her second. And Coach Dacey will leave her in the game. Bridgewater called for the carry. Raiders with their 2 bigs, Sewer and Allen, in the game. This is where we saw it in the Solon game, a little high-low action. Get it to one of the bigs at that free throw line area and dumping it down to the other, both Zoe Allen and Kylie Sewer. Good passers for bigs. Becker triggers it in to Sewer. Sanchez getting into the middle, kicks it out to older sister Taylor Sanchez. Her 3, no. And say Sewer saved that one to Zoe Allen. I thought she had a foot on the line there, but doesn't matter. The Vikettes come away with the defensive rebound. Griffith will walk into a 3. Nice box out by Sewer. Becker quickly down the floor to Sewer, down low. Nice job by keeping that high. Zoe Allen, but Leah Lutz comes away with the rebound. Oh, he's going to get the foul. That's 3rd foul. Kennedy Skaggs quickly hops up. Unfortunate with 4.3 seconds remaining. Taylor Sanchez picks up her 3rd. Puts an end to a Raider 17-0 run. Skaggs will get a 3 off. And it goes! Off glass, rolls around and falls for Skaggs to close out the first quarter. Raiders leading a 25-4 at the end of the first quarter. Raiders hold Vinton-Shellsburg to going 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3-point range, 2 for 4 from the charity stripe, with those 2 makes there by Bridgewater. Forced 11 turnovers by the Vikettes. Raiders go 8 for 18 from the field, 5 for 9 from 3-point range. 2 3-pointers made by Skaggs and Becker and 1 by Taylor Sanchez. Raiders go a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line and did not turn the ball over at all in that first quarter. Raiders break the huddle with Tenley Sanchez, Kylie Sewer, Ava Hooker, Kennedy Skaggs, and Zoe Allen, the 5 on the floor. Vinton-Shellsburg comes out with Hayden Phippen, Aiden Nosbich, Ava Sherm, Taylor Bridgewater, and Chloe Grimm, the 5 on the floor. Skip pass poked away, but able to save it is Phippen. This is a very young Vinton-Shellsburg team, only one senior, Lily Griffith, so everybody will be returning next season. Zoe Allen in the middle of the floor, called for the travel, did the pivot, but then as she was going to make the pass, picked up that pivot foot. Nosbich on the drive. Tenley Sanchez got a hand on that for the block. Skaggs, nice pocket pass. Zoe Allen lays it in. Zoe Allen came into the night at 1,012 points. Add 4 more to that, make that 6. And violation inbounding. I'll turn it right back over to the Raiders. 12th turnover on the Vikets. On the night, Raiders have forced Vinton-Shellsburg to turn the ball over 33.5 times in the 2 meetings between the two. Skaggs inbounds and runs that short corner. Nice job by Griffith taking that away. Sewer collecting her own miss and gets fouled. On the floor, so the Raiders will inbound again. Fouls on Fish. Her first team foul of the quarter. Ball ends up all the way to Zoe Allen, kicks it out to Kennedy Skaggs. That's her 3rd 3 on the night. The Raiders lead by 28, 32-4. Going to get a reach in on Sewer. That'll be her 2nd foul. And this will be the concern for the Raiders on their state tournament run here as they go 7 deep. So foul trouble, we saw it in the Solon game, could be an issue. Nosbej will put up the shot. Didn't go over, but hit the basket standard. A team rebound, defensive rebound for the Raiders. Vinton-Shellsburg looks like for the first time man-to-man defense on this possession. Been playing some 2-3, 1-2-2 zone defense most of the way. Skaggs gets stuck along that baseline, turns it over. Stolen away by Griffith. Fish on the drive, spinner. Can't get the fall, but she'll go to the free throw line. That puts an end to a 10-0 Raider lead, Raider run. Free throw made there by Fish. Vinton-Shellsburg down. Ava Sherm dealing with a concussion. Missed the last matchup with the Raiders as well. Ava Hooker on the drive. Nice job collecting on 2 feet. Able to power up and put that in. Ava Hooker had a great game in the Raiders' last regular season game at Independence. And she was the Farm Bureau Star Player of the game in that one. going a 6 for 9 from the field, making a 3, a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And filling up every spot in the stat sheet with 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal. Season high 18 points. Ava, last 3 games, 4 for 6 from three-point range, 86% from the free throw line over her last 11 games, 25 for 29. Averaging a 4.7 offensive rebounds in her last 3, 6.4 total rebounds over her last 5 games. Averaging 11 points per game over the last 4. In the last 6, she's posted an efficiency rating of 14.5. That's why she's on my first team all-conference. Nice help defense by Becker on the drive. Kylie Allen into the ball game. Nice bounce pass by Channing Becker, hitting Jordan Skaggs, also in the game. Unable to make the catch is Nosbich. That'll go out of bounds to the Raiders. As Taylor Bridgewater and Hayden Thippen check in. So Taylor Sanchez checking in for younger sister Tenley. Falling back into that 1-2-2 zone that we've seen much of this first half. Saw some 2-3 early on, 1-2-2. Little man-to-man defense by the Vikettes. Back to the 1-2-2. Getting in the middle of that defense, stepping through. Scoop shot good by Ava Hooker. Poked away by Channing Becker. And Hooker will try the 3. No, a rebound tapped out of bounds. That'll stay with the Raiders. Channing Becker triggers in, finds Taylor Sanchez in that right corner. Rebound pulled down by Leah Lutz. Stolen away by Hooker. Up to Channing Becker. Didn't have that good 45-degree angle on that, going straight in off back iron. Blocked by Skaggs. That'll stay with Vinton-Shellsburg. Kennedy Skaggs checking in for Ava Hooker. So we got both Skaggs on the floor. Older sister, senior Kennedy Skaggs. Younger sister, sophomore Jordan.
Lots of siblings.
We saw that with Washington too, with 3 different sets of siblings. A couple on the girls varsity team and then a girl-boy sibling combo. As the Raider girls picked up that victory, as Jordan Skaggs picks up that rebound. Becker, her 3rd 3 on the night. 3 for 4 from three-point range. Perfect. 4 for 4 from the free throw line, leading the Raiders with 13 points. Nice job defensively there by Jordan Skaggs, walling up there, but able to get the shot to go. Grace Fish. Kylie Allen with the 3. That's the first three-point make for Kylie Allen in varsity action. Kennedy Skaggs got a hand on that to deflect that shot. See how the Raiders play this last. They go quick, 2 for 1. Taylor Sanchez will take the 3. She'll hit it. That's her second three-pointer made. She's 2 for 4 from range. Raiders 9 for 15 from three-point range here in the first half. Vikets running a little weave action here out top. Holding for that final shot. Now they get into their offense. Fish down low, turnaround jumper. Rebound pulled down by Skaggs. And she'll just dribble it out. Everybody wants her to shoot. Score is 49-7. We can just dribble that one out. We're up 42 points. We'll start the second half with the 35-point rule in effect. So we'll have continuous clock coming out of halftime. The clock will just stop on timeouts or on foul calls by our state-level officiating crew here tonight. So we'll send over to Brindley Heitman for some words from our sponsors.
We've always been a family that thinks about spend, save, give. It was refreshing to find a financial company that echoed that mentality.
With Thrivent, it's more than just about gaining financial confidence. It's about how you can use your resources to create change in your community. It's been a relationship that's created a whole exponential amount of good.
At Southeast Iowa Insurance, we're proud to call Williamsburg home. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your trusted insurance advisors. For over 38 years, we have been protecting what matters most. Whether it's your home, auto, business, farm, crop, life, or health, we offer coverage tailored to your needs. Our trusted insurance advisors are here to protect you, and since we work with a vast number of insurance carriers, we are able to offer competitive insurance pricing that is specific to you. We are locally owned and locally invested. You're welcome to visit us at our website or stop by and see us on the north side of the square. We would love to see you.
Traditional seed meters need continual adjustment to plant accurately, which leads to skips, doubles, and ultimately lost yield. V-set seed meters singulate seeds accurately without any adjustments, resulting in perfect seed placement throughout your field. Contact your local precision planting dealer today.
For 90 years, Ullman's has offered quality craftsmanship, style, selection, and exceptional customer service.
Create the home you've always wanted at Ullman's Fine Home Furnishings in Williamsburg.
Let Ullman's help you select comfort and performance that will leave you with the stunning home that you've always wanted.
And remember, there's always free delivery. Stop at Ullman's Fine Home Furnishings in Williamsburg today and stay as long as you like.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together.
We know your home deserves reliable care from people who treat it like their own. When you call Ackerman Plumbing, you'll hear a friendly voice ready to help, and you can rest easy knowing you're working with a team of trustworthy, licensed professionals prepared to help you every step of the way. Whether it's a small plumbing repair, a kitchen and bathroom design and renovation, or a new construction plumbing, you've got this because we've got you.
amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn. It was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you. We'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Shannon Slockett and Wendy Yelland in Williamsburg today.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, shining over river. Life is older, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, old mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Oh, mountain man.
Well, we had our first baby.
It is beautiful. Well, handsome.
We're interested in life insurance.
And we bought a bigger car.
Bigger. Here is your plan. Goodbye.
When protecting your future, count on a human. Only a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent will sit down with you for a super check and together create a plan that works for you. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Shannon Slockett and Wendy Yelland in Williamsburg today.
Pain, hands, feet, it comes and goes. Neuropathy pain strikes and another drug or surgery just won't do. At least talk to Agape Chiropractic Laser Clinic for a consultation. It won't cost a dime. Agape has the only FDA-approved Class 4 therapeutic laser that just might be your answer. No drugs, no surgeries. Worth a call? Agape Chiropractic Laser Clinic. Call for a free consultation and start feeling better without drugs or surgery.
Every home has a story, and for us, it's about the excitement on a young couple's face when they get the keys to their first home, or the happiness of watching a growing family purchase a home with a bigger backyard for their kids to roam. It's about the attention to detail of a new build and long-time dream finally taking root. And it's about the satisfaction of making the home buying process simple and smooth for a family looking to get back to their roots in the country. Apply in person or through the FTSB Mortgage Express app. Let us help start your story. Come see us.
There are places where people truly value relationships. The distance is measured in acres, and all roads lead to families on one mission: to provide for their loved ones, the community, and the world. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact the Foster Grower Agency in Williamsburg today.
Bellin Construction, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been a proud Raiders supporter for over 30 years. Our family-owned and operated business also takes pride in serving the Williamsburg area and surrounding communities. Whether you need us for new construction, remodels, plumbing service calls, or HVAC replacements, we have the experience it takes to get the job done right. From our crew at Bellin Inc., go Raiders!
Growing up, I didn't know a lot about money. It wasn't really talked about, and so there were a lot of things that I didn't learn until later in my life. I hope your girls have a different experience than I did. I want them to know that money can be a tool to help others. Working with Brightman helped me set my girls on a strong financial path and instill lessons in them at a younger age than left.
Let's take a quick look at our first half stats. The Cap Report key to the game for offense we thought was going to go the Raiders' way, and that is going the Raiders' way. The Raiders came into the game with an offensive efficiency of 95.1 and a 153.7 offensive efficiency, scoring 49 points in that first half, shooting 18 of 32, a 56% shooting from the field, went 9 for 15, 60% from three-point range. Didn't matter what level, the Raiders were shooting the ball well. That gave them an effective field goal percentage of 70%, and also went a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So that Cap Report key to the game is going Vinton-Shellsburg's way as we thought, with the Vikets getting to the free throw line 6 times for a 42.9 free throw rate. The Raiders only 4 free throws attempted for a free throw rate of 12.5. Cap Report key to the game for the defense we thought would go the Raiders' way, as it is, holding the Vikets to 7 points and an offensive efficiency of 22 in that first half. Vinton-Shellsburg came in averaging an offensive efficiency of 39.2. The Cap Report key to the game for the rebounding battle is even, with the Vikets with 3 offensive rebounds and the Raiders with 2. And then the Cap Report key to the game for the turnover battle is going the Raiders' way, with the Raiders forcing 16 first-half turnovers compared to only 2 first-half turnovers for the Raiders. So the Raiders leading 49-7 here at the rack tonight. Zayden, how did the game go the first time the Raiders met here at the rack?
In the meeting here at the rack, the Raiders Athletic Center, the Raiders won 62-19. The game was tied 8-8 when the Raiders went on a 13-0 run to close out the first quarter. The lead 21-8. The Raiders outscored the Vikets 22-4 in the second quarter to lead halftime 43-12. And at halftime, the Raiders extend their lead in the third quarter, outscoring Vinton-Shellsburg 9-3 in the third quarter to lead 52-15 at the end of the third quarter. The Raiders added on the fourth quarter, outscoring the Vikets 10-4 for 62-19. Williamsburg dubbed on Tuesday, February 13th, here at the rack.
Getting the first points of the second half is Tinley Sanchez from the free throw line. So the Raiders get their third turnover, over and back violation. Start the second half with Zoe Allen and Kennedy Skaggs as the regular starters. Joining them are Tinley Sanchez, Kylie Sewer, and Chloe Ayasi. So the 3 seniors starting the second half together. And looking for the backdoor cut there, Lily Griffith. The pass goes out of bounds. The 1-2-2 zone defense here. We saw a lot of this in the first half. Able to get it into Zoe Allen. Mid-range shot. Offensive rebound by Asi. Knocked out of bounds, going to stay with the Raiders. Chloe's second offensive rebound. And that leads to a basket by Zoe Allen. Three off iron, rebound cleared away by IGHSAU. Her 5th defensive rebound on the season. And triple team down low, stolen away by Nosbich. So 35-point rule in effect here with the Raiders up at halftime by 42, 49-7. So continuous clock. Nice backdoor cut, unable to finish is Griffith. Rebound pulled away by Sewer. Here comes Sanchez. Nice look to her running mate there of Kennedy Skaggs, lays it in. Skaggs been hot from a 3-point range, gets the layup to go there. 5 new Raiders set to check in at the next opportunity. So we get continuous clock until the score gets below 25. Rebound pulled down by Skaggs. Sewer with the crossover. Nice job walling up there by Grace Fish, getting the block. WMAC leader in blocks. Channing Becker will trigger in as 5 new Raiders checked in. Kylie Allen, Taylor Sanchez. Then Sanchez gets that inbounds pass. He'll give the assist to Channing Becker. Gets it right to her in that short corner, and she hits the 3. So she now matches Channing Becker and Kennedy Skaggs, each with 3 3-pointers made. The Raiders might want to save some of those threes, depending on who they match up with in the next meeting. Roland Story, they shoot threes. They take over half of their shots from 3-point range. Taking a 3 there, Griffith. Nope, off front iron, but bounced and hit the basketball standard, so that will be out of bounds to the Raiders. Defensive team rebound for the Raiders. Jordan Skaggs, Braley Plotz in for the first time as well for the Raiders. Jordan Skaggs working the middle of that zone defense. That's where you want to get the ball. Scramble for the ball, ends up. Channing Becker scoops it up. Nice job hustling back, hitting the steal, Leah Lutz. Thought Becker had a nice pocket pass there, but taken away by Lutz. Deflected. Griffith will go to the free throw line, so that's where we get the stoppage. It is during a foul. Griffith came in shooting 52% from the charity stripe, 15 of 29. So the Vikettes are missing Ava Sherm, dealing with a concussion. She is 6th in the conference at free throws attempted at 4.2, leading the Vikettes. Grace Fish, the only other Vikette that averages more than 2 free throws a game. Nice back cut by Ava Hooker. Nice job getting the ball into the middle of that zone. And Jordan Skaggs surveys the floor, sees a nice back cut there by Ava Hooker, lays it in. Traveling violation. Bridgewater had the nice pump fake to get the flyby, but then shuffled the feet as she was trying to relocate. So Aubrey Wilde checks in for the first time, as does Lauren Schaefer. Reagan Arwine. Schaefer unable to get that to roll home, but she'll head to the free throw line. These will be the first free throws attempted on the season for Schaefer, playing her 9th varsity game. It's the first one to go. Those are the first points on the season for Lauren Schaefer. Hits them both.
Well, I'm going to take a guess and say I don't see this 25-point rule ending with a 54-point difference.
And that's the nice thing about the 35-point rule in basketball. Schaefer comes away with that miss. Where in football you have that same 35-point rule with the continuous clock, and then a lot of coaches will bring in the subs. Stolen away by Bridgewater. Gets it back, gets fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. These will be the 5th and 6th free throws attempted for Bridgewater on the night. Came in 20 for 33 on the season. So then you bring in your subs in a football game, and then the other team leaves their starters out there to get one positive possession, and then next thing you know, the score is back under 35. And so you lose your continuous clock. Might be something that football looks at to match up with basketball with that same rule. Rebound pulled down by Schaefer. Nice back cut by Schaefer. She'll head back to the free throw line. Lauren Schaefer tying her season high in rebounds with 2. Did that against Vinton-Shellsburg in Vinton in the first meeting between these teams. Let's go with free throws again. Schaefer perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line with 4 points. Going off glass and getting to go, Hayden Phippen. Phippen getting her 3rd basket of the season. Nice fadeaway jumper by Wilde. Just before the horn sounds, that's her 3rd make on the season. And the Raiders lead a 65-10 at the end of the 3rd quarter. So that was the only make for the Vikets in the quarter on that banker by Phippen. Raiders continue their hot shooting, going 5 for 7 in the quarter, making their only 3. And going 5 for 6 from the free throw line. So that's how the Raiders able to extend their lead from 42 points at halftime, 49-7, now to 55 points, 65-10 here in the 3rd quarter. Raiders start the 4th quarter with Reagan Arwine, Aubrey Wilde, Chloe Ossie, Kylie Sewer, and Lauren Schaefer on the floor. Ossie steps back for the 3, a rebound pulled down by Arwine. Kicks it out to Schaefer. Then Shellsburg in that 2-3 zone. Ayasi for 3. Unable to save it. is Grace Fish. That'll stay with the Raiders. 18 on the shot clock. Kylie Seward to trigger in. Blocked by Fish, but getting it back is Schaefer and fouled. She'll go to the free throw line for 2 more free throws. Foul on Bridgewater. Bridgewater, Lutz, Fippen, Fish. And Chloe Grimm, the 5 on the floor, as Lily Griffith checks in for Bridgewater. Just picked up her 4th personal foul. Yeah, tie up. And Raiders had the first possession of the 4th quarter, so alternate possession goes to Vinton-Shellsburg. Going away by Wilde. Kicks it to Ayasi. Had a toe on the line. So that was a 2. Kicks it out to Arwine. Sewer with the offensive board. Arwine collects the long rebound. Ayasi for 3. Another offensive rebound by Arwine. Hands it to Sewer. She gets it to go, and she's fouled by Griffith. Season high for points for the Raiders is the 70 points they scored against Washington. Sitting at 68 points right now. And Braley Plotz checks in for Sewer, hitting that free throw. Bad pass, turnover to the Raiders. And that Capra Ford key of the game we thought was going to go the Raiders' way. The Raiders' second best team in the WMAC at taking care of the ball. Turning the ball over on 21% of their possessions, averaging 12.3 turnovers. Of those, 6.6 are steals by their opponents, where Vinton-Shellsburg is the 11th best team in the WMAC at taking care of the ball, turning the ball over on 49% of their possessions, averaging a 30.6 turnovers, of which 18.8 of them are steals by their opponents. Here tonight, that's the 21st turnover on the Vikettes, turning the ball over on 47% of their possessions so far. And the Raiders sitting at 6 turnovers for the game. Turning the ball over on 13% of their possessions. And that's where I like to look at turnover rate as opposed to just number of turnovers. Depends on how fast you're playing and the number of possessions you have. Raiders a chance to tie their season high in points on this possession here. Set a new season high with a 3. Plotz with the mid-range jumper. Rebounds pulled down by Fish. Turnaround jumper by Grimm goes. Chloe Grimm averaging 3.1 points per game. Has 4 here tonight. Double team down low. Going to get a jump ball before the ball went out of bounds. Alternate possession will keep it with the Raiders. Wilde to trigger in for the Raiders. Gets it into Arwine in that short corner. Right back down low to Wilde. Skaggs. He's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Jordan Skaggs, 6 for 12 from the charity stripe on the season, but a very high free throw rate of 92.3. That tells you that when she touches the ball, she's getting fouled and going to the free throw line. Unable to convert. Rebound pulled down by Fish. That's her 4th defensive rebound on the night. Comes in averaging 6. Going to get the push on Skaggs. Griffith spins into the lane. A little left-hand push shot goes. And that's her first points of the game. For Lily Griffith. Chloe Grimm leading the way with 4 points for the Vikettes. For the Raiders, Channing Becker with 13 points, 3 in double figures. Zoe Allen with 12. Kennedy Skaggs with 11. Becker going 3 for 4 from three-point range. Perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Zoe Allen 6 for 10 from the field for her 12 points. Kennedy Skaggs 3 for 5 from range and made a 2 for her 11 points. And that's what makes the Raiders so tough, is just the balance. You decide to double and triple team Zoe Allen down low. You got Becker, you got Skaggs, you got Sanchez. You got the Swiss Army knife of Ava Hooker, who can fill up the stat sheet doing everything. Stolen away by Wilde.
There's definitely been some games where Ava Hooker has the whole stat sheet filled.
Nice drive. Kylie Allen gets it to go. And there's the Raiders tying their season high in points at 70. Scored 70 against Washington on Monday. Stolen away by Allen. Chance for the Raiders. 3 minutes left here to set a Newson season high, and no, coming up just short on that shot was Reagan Arwine. Here comes Lily Griffith. Rebounded by Skaggs. And fouled by Griffith. That's the 4th team foul. So ready to go to the free throw line on all other fouls by the Vikettes. And Koyasi checking in for Arwine. Call the foul on Griffith, that's her 3rd. I don't think they've put the basket by Griffith up there on the board yet. Nice help defense by Griffith. On the drive by Asi. Man-to-man defense this time. Nice back cut, going a little too far underneath. Three-pointer rims out for Grimm. Here comes Allen. Poked away by Griffith. It'll stay with the Raiders. Lauren Schaefer checking in, as does Aiden Nospish and Grace Fish. Now they got those points on the board on the basket by Griffith.
Yeah.
Looking down low for Schaefer. And Grimm and Fish down there knock it away. Taking out the senior. Willie Griffith coming off the floor for the final time. Nice move by Coach Fish. Nice pass hitting a cutting Schaefer. Her basket is good. There's a new season high for the Raiders in points, 72. Nice job walling up by Ossie. And that's the ball game. Your final score, Raiders win the first round state playoff game against the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes, 72-14. Raiders winning the Cap Report key of the game for offense with those season high 72 points, offense efficiency of 138.6 above their season average of 95.1. Raiders win the Cap Report key of the game for defense, holding the Vikettes to those 14 points for an offensive efficiency of 27. That's below their season average of 39.2. Cap Report key of the game for the free throw line. Raiders turn that their way with Lauren Schaefer getting the free throw line there, going 4 for 6. So the Raiders had 15 free throws attempted compared to 10 for the Vikettes. And the Raiders also win the Cap Report key of the game for the rebounding battle, collecting 13 offensive rebounds. Which again, that's why I like to look at rebound rate. The Raiders shot 51%, so they didn't miss many, and they collected 13 offensive rebounds. And they held Vinton-Shellsburg to only 3 offensive rebounds, with the Vikettes shooting 19% from the field on the night. And the Raiders also win the Cap Report key of the game for the turnover battle, forcing a 24 Vikette turnovers, making the Vikettes turn the ball over on 46% of their possessions. The Raiders only with 7 turnovers, turn the ball over on 14% of their possessions. The Farm Bureau Star player of the game, Channing Becker, going 3 for 6 from the field, 3 for 4 from three-point range, and a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line, along with a rebound, 3 assists, and 3 steals. The Ullman's Furniture bench player of the game, Kylie Sewer, with 5 points, making 2 shots in her only free throw, and 6 rebounds to lead the Raiders, along with 2 steals. And for Vinton-Shellsburg, your Bell and Plumbing player who did it all is Grace Fish, with 3 points, 4 rebounds, and a couple of blocks. And the KC sub of the game, Hayden Phippen, with 2 points, going a perfect 1 for 1 from the field. So that will wrap up the 25-26 season for the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikings. And nice job by Coach Fish to sub in and get the nice round of applause for senior Lily Griffith. The rest of the Vikettes roster will return next season, with this year's roster having 4 freshmen, 3 sophomores, and 2 juniors. The Raiders will be right here at the RAC, the Raiders Athletic Center, on Wednesday, February 18th at 7 o'clock against the winner of the Roland Story Norsemen against the Iowa Falls Alden Cadets. A big thank you to my triplets, Tasha, Trevor, Tyler, my oldest son Carter, and Zayden Lannert for doing stats and joining me on the broadcast tonight, and Brindley Heitman for running the video board, and to Veronica Heitman and Todd Yellen for all the technical assistance. Thank you for joining us on Valentine's Day on our Williamsburg YouTube channel for the Williamsburg girls first round state playoff game tonight between the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes and your Williamsburg Raiders. Our next broadcast will be the second round state playoff game on Wednesday, February 18th at 7 o'clock. Good night from the RAC, the Raiders Athletic Center.